Isaiah 43 from verse 1. But now don't say the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel. Fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. When thou pass through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. It is not if thou go, it is when. So God is intentional about your situation and your way out already. He would have said if you, that means probability if it happened. He said when, that means it definitely gonna happen. Some of us have been fought. Life has fought you. Let me still tell you, life is fighting you because you are on the right lane. Life is fighting you because you are on your way to destiny. If you leave the queue and stay where you don't belong, nothing will happen. Fight. That fight you are seeing is a signal that you're on the right track. That fight you are seeing is an indication that you are on the right track. The moment the fight ceases, start asking questions. You may realize that you no longer have value. Are we together? Let me give an example. Please, sir, come. Please come. Please come. Please be on a queue. One straight line. Please, ma, come. Yes. No, just face this way. Please be here. Joe, please come. Stand behind her. Okay, come to the front, please. So I'm going to ask people to join this queue. Okay? Is anybody here that can fight and get this thing? Here. Eh? Can fight and get it. Okay, please. Who again is out there? Can I have somebody there for me? Pastor ID, please come. I have this. I want to give to these people. I'm not giving these people anything. If I ask you to join the queue, which queue will you join? Why will you join the queue? Oh yeah, join the queue. I want you guys to fight and get this thing. Don't wait at the line. So you just fight and get it. What happened to them? What happened here? What happened here? Nothing. No fight. Why? There's nothing here. The devil does not care because there's nothing here. He will go to where there is valuable. You get my point? He goes to where there is what? Even if this line is 1,000, the devil is not interested. There's nothing at stake. If I ask another person to join the queue, we'll still join this queue. Another want to join the queue, we'll still join this queue. Nobody will join this queue because there's nothing. The fight is not just for anything. The fight is because you are on the right queue. Let's go and sit down. You get the point, sir? The fight is because you are where you are supposed to be. Anything close to Jesus receives attack. Don't be too happy that you are living a trouble-free life. You may not just be valuable. It may be because you have nothing to offer. The devil is not looking for anything. As I used to tell you, in as much as God is looking for the best, the devil is also looking for the best. He doesn't go for cowards. He doesn't go for useless people. He goes for people that have virtues, people that have capacity, people that have strength, because he needs to convert it for himself. A madman can lie on the road for years, no security. A madman can never be kidnapped. He can never be what? Kidnapped. Nothing can happen to a madman. If the rain that beat a madman beats you, you will die. Under the rain, they are still there. Nothing. The sun will come, they are still there. The cold of the night, they are still there. You try it. The devil is not interested. Because this one's already what? Gone. But look at you. You are fighting every day By morning, before you know, another problem comes up. But if you should know that there's something that devil is interested in, don't give up for him. So that fight is not a mistake. This life is not what? A mistake. You have to rise up every day and be intentional. Because life itself is intentional about you. If you are not intentional about life, you are not intentional about success. You are not intentional about progress. You are not intentional about anything. You must be intentional about life. Whatever that want to come, let it come. I'm already waiting for you. Because every day I hope for the best, I also expect the worst to happen. When you go through the fire, that means you will definitely go through the fire. If not now, tomorrow. Like I said the last time, pray that you fail early so that you succeed. Because without failure, there is nothing like success. So the earlier you fail, the earlier you succeed. You can't stand. You can't just stand if you don't learn some hard lessons. It's not possible. So if you are dodging failure, you're already dodging success. Because every man that must rise must fall. It's not possible. Every man that must rise must first of all do what? Every seed that must germinate must first of all die. You wake up and see that your maize is growing. No, plant do not grow upward. They grow downward first before they grow upward. You might see draw now, Abi? Every seed must grow downward. There must be a root first before they start springing forth. What they are seeing as beauty, what they are seeing as beauty has a foundation. That's why even when they come up today and you cut it off, by tomorrow it will still come out again because there's a downward support. Without this downward support, the moment they cut you off, you are gone. That's what trial does. That's what situation does. That's what the fight does. It gives you a downward support. How far do you want to go? How much do you want to fail? I'm asking you that again. How far do you want to go? They should also ask yourself, how much do I want to fail? Because have you seen a high-rising building before? Go and check how the foundation of those buildings are laid. It's not going to look like a foundation of a duplex or a 5-story building. It's different. Because of what the building, what it's going to carry. So there must be an inner support. I told you before, God does not teach you just like your father and everyone. He teaches you in a very hard way. Because the lessons you learned in a hard way, you can never forget. Are you getting my point? You see the kind of lessons that want to take your life, you can never forget them. There are things that happen to you, and tomorrow you will still go back and make that mistake again because you did not learn your lesson well. But there are things that happen to you, no matter what they give you, you say, this thing, I can never do it. That's how God teaches us. He will close his eyes and allow you to walk into that fire and get burned. By the time you look at the scars, you will never go close to fire. No matter what's inside that fire, you will never go for it. So life is not a mistake. Very intentional people are very successful people that look at life. I've failed here, I've failed there, I've done this, I've done that. No, I have to be intentional this time. You see where you are right now. If you want to ask your parents some questions, your mother, your father, you realize that if they were resilient, maybe you would have been better. At a point they were tired. At a point they said, you will come and continue from where they stopped. I've heard where parents will say that, I didn't make it. I forget the next there's no magic. There must be a man in a generation that break the genes. There must be a man. So if your father said, when my son comes, he will do it, and you come and you don't do it, sir, the next generation will still feel the same thing. Because life is intentional about you. It's not a mistake. Sometimes you have to stretch. You have to do what? Walk out of your shield. Walk out of your luxury, your comfort, whatever that makes you. Walk out of it. Stretch more. Stretch more. Stretch more. Do what your father couldn't do. Do what your mother couldn't do. Stretch more. Be intentional about everything. There's no coincidence in life. The man you will meet in 20 years has already been arranged. It's not because you are good or you are bad. Life has placed it so. And I tell you something, if you miss one point of life and you are not where you are supposed to be with to meet that man in 20 years, you have to wait for another 20 years. Let's say you're supposed to be in school. Listen, you're supposed to be in school for 4 years. And after 4 years, you'll be at you go for service, right? NYSC. And by destiny, on your 5th or 6th year, you'll be at, go for NYSC. And at NYSC, you will meet a man that will change your story. And at one point of your life, you miss school for 1 year. At one point of your life, you miss school for 1 year. So you had 6 years. At your 6th year, you will meet this man. But you miss one point of your life because of carelessness. And you were not able to meet up in 6 years. Going for 7 years will be futility. Because by the handwriting of destiny, you were to meet this man in 6 years. So you have to wait again for another time. That is when you fight and stop halfway, think about the consequences. That's my point. Sir, every man you will meet till the day you die, already waiting for you. You just have to speed up and make sure you meet them at where they're supposed to be. There are some men that are going to be there for 3 months. And if you miss them because of laziness or you don't be intentional about life and miss them, and after 3 months, this particular man leaves and he's gone. I hope you understand my point. There are people that you're supposed to meet at the airport. Hurry up and succeed. But yeah, because you must succeed to a level to fly. You're not still getting the point. There's a man you're supposed to meet at the airport on the 27th of July. And you're already giving up on the 27th of July 2025. And you're already giving up in 2024. Sir, if you mess up with that time, you will not meet that man that day. And that will be the end. The blessings of God does not come in months. It comes in minutes. The blessing of God does not come in years. It comes in minutes. One divine encounter, it reshapes your destiny forever. If you miss that point, you miss everything. So when you want to mess up, you want to fail, remember that life is intentional about you. You too must be what? Intentional. It is not a mistake. Oh, I was just going. You don't go back there. It has been like that in your blueprint. The steps of the righteous. That is an intentional statement. It is ordered. It is not moved. It is. That means it is programmed. If something is ordered, it means that thing is what? Programmed, pre-informed. No mistake. I learned that early. Know what? Everyone I meet are for a purpose. There must be a reason why I meet them, and I'm waiting for that day to know why I meet those people. Every place you enter, every place you step in, every encounter you've ever had are all what? Intentional. It is not a mistake. Tell your neighbor, it is not a mistake. Life can never be a mistake. If that is a mistake, then means God somehow is not aware of many things. That's what it means. If you say this thing that happened to me is what? That means somehow it took God unawares. That's what you're saying. In as much as nothing can take him unawares, then nothing is a mistake. Sir, even in the darkest hour, God is still saying something. Even in the ugliest situation, God is still saying something. Most time, that ugliest hour is to bring your eternal promotion, but you cannot pass it. If it makes sense to you, it's not God. If God, what God wants to do for you makes sense, it's not God. If you understand it, it's not God. If you can add 1 and 2 and it gives you 3, it's not God. You must not be part of it. You must not be aware. You must not know. You must not even have any intuition about what God wants to do. That's what makes it what? A miracle. It's because it has to shock you. It has to what? It has to shock. If you are already involved, it cannot shock you. You say something like, and you see, you're going to give God half glory. It has to shock you. When God steps into your life, the first thing he does is to collapse your plan. If your plan is working with God's plan, you fail. It's not God. Look at it very well. Oh. Look at it very well. That thing will soon fail. Once God comes in and says, Father, take over my life, the first thing he does is to collapse your effort. Bam! And bring out a formula that is only God that can give. When I say God, someone that is more wiser, dependable, reliable than you that can bring up. And you see, the way it will come, it will look very stupid. No sense in it. It doesn't make sense. How will this fan be there? It's not going to make sense because you are human. That's God. 1 million ways to solve one problem. That's why, in short, if you want your prayer to be answered fast, don't tell God how you want it to be answered. I see where people tell God, you see, if you bring that man now and put here, that man, he doesn't need to bring that man to put here. He can do whatever he wants to do, how he wants to do it, and when he wants to do it. Are we together? Nothing takes God by surprise. Life is so intentional. So you have to be intentional. More intentional. Be a fighter. But you think you cannot do that thing? It's a lie. It's because you are protecting yourself. Stretch it. You will not die. Stretch it. You will not die. So you always pray, Father, help me to be at the right place at the right time. Because you can still be at the right place but at the wrong time. Have you gone for an interview before? They tell you, oh, so sorry, sir, we are done with the interview. You're at the right place, but that's at the wrong time. Bible, time and chance. We talked about that excessively before, right? Time and what? Sir, even when destiny did not want to favor you, and you by chance, by chance, enter somewhere at the right time, sir, they'll just look at you and say, but since you are here, no, this is not what I came for. Say, but since you are here, chance and time has happened. There are people that have walked into places because of chance. Their life have changed because of just chance and time, not because they even knew they would come. And even people that were the time and chance were meant for failed and were rejected. Please sit down, sir. Are we together? Time and what? Chance happening to them. Oh, that's God talking. You can be strong. You can be fast, eloquent, smart. You don't still get it until time and chance happens to you. Then I can say that we are blessed by chance and time. We are not blessed by efforts. I prefer grace to labor. If I labor, I will be limited. But if I'm graced, it is unlimited. Because grace know no bound. Grace know no weakness. Grace know no merits. Grace doesn't if you deserve or not. Grace is just grace. You just get it because it is given to you. Are we together? As you're warming up in life, praying, know that you're only waiting for 1 second. It doesn't take God 1 minute. It's too much. 1 minute is too much for God to change your life. It is 1 second. Meeting that right man. Imagine you going to heaven. Please, let me see your book, sir. And they start opening your book. And they say, this is your entire life on earth. Chapter 1, nothing. Chapter 2, you were crying. Chapter 3, you were looking for who to come and help you. Chapter 4, you were just lazing about. Chapter 5, he said, but all this time you would have been walking. This thing happened so that another thing will happen. Something must lead to something. There are times that pain must come for you to start looking for help. Then you can meet who you are looking for. Oh, you're not getting it. Solomon, you're going to be the next king. But your brother already is parading himself as the next king of Israel. Until the mother said, no. This is not what I heard. Tell your neighbor, this is not what I heard. Sometimes when life throws so much at you, tell that life, this is not what I heard. In the midst of pain, this is not what God told me. This is not what God promised me. In the midst of tears, this is not what God said. I don't care if I'm still crying, but this is not what God said. I'm still hoping for what God said. If He has said it, He will do it. When you sit down and sympathize yourself, you start being emotional. You lose senses. You forget everything. Bathsheba heard that the brother of Solomon is already parading himself in the city. He stood up. The father is already old. He didn't even know what was happening. She stood up and ran to Nathan. Said, Nathan, come, sir. Now go before the king. I will follow you. Have you seen it? She acted, not the prophet again. If you act, I will do what? Go. And she went in to David. And as she was talking to David, Nathan came in. He said, my Lord, but this is what God said. He said, it's true. He said, what happened? He said, right now your son is parading. And when David was, he said, since the boy is already here, since the boy is already here and the prophet is here, the oil is here, why not pour oil on the boy here and direct? So I don't need to negotiate. Leave your son alone. You are the one that will put the next king on the throne before you die. The prophet that you need, Nathan, is already here. You don't need anybody. There is oil. There's a prophet. Anoint this boy. And he took the oil. And he said, from today, you are my son. And you become a king instead of me in Israel. The moment the anointing dropped on Solomon, the angel turned against the other boy. Because somebody acted. Imagine that Bathsheba did not stand up. Time would have passed. Sometimes you need to shout. Sometimes let them kill you. But do what? Shout. Let people hear. Because you don't know where your savior is going to come from. Are we together? Sometimes stand up and behave like a mad person. You don't know when your savior is coming. Don't tell your neighbor, don't sit down again. Life is intentional about you. Be also intentional about life. Simple. Please sit down. Where there is no action, there is no manifestation. Where there is no action, there is no what? There is no manifestation. Somebody must act. Look at us sitting down today. You know that your children are free. Your children are free. You come, you pray every Wednesday, you pray on Saturday, you You have cleared way for them. They will now come and start living a clean life, a blessed life, like Solomon. When you are struggling, nobody claps. Nobody cares. Once you succeed, that time you will know that you have extended family. You will know that you have many nieces and nephews. Now you don't know anybody. You will hear now. The uncle that uncle me is the one that gave birth to your uncle. So indirectly, I am your cousin. Because you have succeeded. But while you were laboring, nobody cares. There's nothing you can do about it. Nobody's cares. Men want results. Nobody cares about your process. That's why even thieves are celebrated. Because they have what they want. That's all. They don't care. Even when this thing is stolen, they don't still care. They have seen results. They want their own share. Nobody comes for you. So be intentional. Father, help me to be at the right place at the right time. All the time. Let me be at the right place at the right time. Meet the right kind of people. Because men are answers to prayers. Nothing else. Men are what? The same way men are doors, they are also access. Men can block. Men can access. It's a man that will block. It's a man that will give you access. Be intentional about friendship. Be intentional About whatever. Be what? Intentional. There's nothing like fun friendship. Every friendship must be what? Intentional. Your friend must bring and you bring. If you're the only one that brings, your friend doesn't bring, then you cannot be a friend. Are we together now? Your friend must what? And you bring. He may not have what you have, but let him always bring what he has. Not you always. That's not friendship. That is parasitic kind of nonsense. Are we together? I'm a friend that you pick up your phone and call intentionally, and he will devise all others and say, don't worry, I got you on this. I don't have much, but I can give you this. I don't have time, but I can spare 1 minute. Not someone that always busy, always nothing, always no, something is what? You are not with the right person. Be intentional about friendship. Because when God wants to help you, the first thing he does is look around who is available. Sometimes nobody may be available. You have friends, but they're not available. Hope you know that. You can have friends, but they're not what? They're not available. 50 friends, but none of them are available. What do I mean? None of them have the heart to do what God wants to use them to do. You see, sometimes some people cherish strangers more than their family members. Because in their time of trial, no family member came for them. It was the outsider. So they tend to be friends with the outsiders than the family members. You won't understand the story. Are we together? Even if it's your own brother, your own sister, be intentional. Your cousin, everybody must be what? Intentional. You come for me, I come for you. Nothing is a coincidence. Your brother is not a brother by mistake. He's your brother for a reason. Let him fulfill that reason. He may not have money to give to you, but he can have help to offer you. He can run 1 or 2 errands for you, right? You don't have money. You don't run errands. You don't do anything. What are you doing? No. You don't do that. Be intentional about everything. If not, you'll be drained. And once they drain you, on to the next one. Ain't more draining, man. I'm saying, but on to the next one. Oh. So you don't live like a coward. And you must, up to the day you die, make sure that, I've heard a lot of people giving me a story of past glory. I hate it. Past glory. That means once you get what you want, you relax. Once you get what you want, you do what? You realize, I've gotten what I want in life. No. At every level, there's another level. You can always get better. You can always do it. Are we together? So life is not what? Life is not a mistake. Life is very intentional. So you too must be what? About everything you want, be intentional. The earlier you fail, the earlier you will succeed. Oh. So pray to fail early so that you also succeed. May God bless his word in Jesus Christ's name.